Staff Sergeant Gordon Black flew to Russia to see his girlfriend. I gotta read this. That's all I needed to read. Have y'all ever seen that movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper? You know the loan shark that he gets $100,000 from in the beginning of the movie to start up his business? This dude looks just like him. I swear. Go watch the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper. This guy right here looks just like that one loan shark guy. That, you know what? Interestingly enough, I'm almost pretty sure that guy was Russian. Holy shit. You have enough money to purchase a plane ticket to Russia. What does this staff sergeant need to steal from her? Or maybe he did actually steal some shit, and if you did, you're a moron. I don't know, let's see. An appellate court in Russia's Far East on Monday reduced the prison sentence for an American soldier convicted of stealing and making threats of murder. Okay, never mind. That seems pretty, never mind. Sorry to the girlfriend. Staff Sergeant Gordon Black, 34, flew to the Pacific port city of Hold on, let me see if I can get this right. Vladivostok to see his girlfriend and was arrested in May 2024 after she accused him of stealing from her, according to U.S. officials and Russian authorities. She may still be lying. I don't know. Let's see. A month later, a court in Russia convicted him and sentenced him to 3 years and 9 months in prison. That's a lot. Black was also ordered to pay 10,000 rubles, $115 at the time, in damages. Wow, really? That's not even like anything major. Black lost one appeal in a regional court that upheld his sentence, but the judge in the 9th Court of Cassation on Monday agreed to reduce his sentence to 3 years and 2 months in prison. Oh, okay. So, wait, what? Okay. That's so... What's the difference? Years is years, man. You take off months, I don't give a fuck. So originally he had 3 years and 9 months, but some judge was like, nah, that's too harsh. Let's give him 3 years and 2 months. Fuck it, you should have just left it. All right, Black's defense had asked the court to acquit him of making threats of murder and reduce the punishment for theft and request the judge partially sustained, according to the IRA report. I mean, so is he guilty of the threats of murder? Because, you know, here in America, that's called making terroristic threats, and you will go to jail for that. But I don't know, 3 years. One of my friends from back home made terroristic threats. He didn't do 3 years. He did a couple days and counting. But this is Russia, so you gotta behave in other countries, man. Stop messing with these hoes. I don't know, man. Russia has jailed a number of Americans in recent years as tensions between Moscow and the West grew. Some, like corporate security executive and Marine veteran Paul Whelan, Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Greskovich, and teacher Mark Fogel, were designated by the U.S. government as wrongfully detained and released in prisoner swaps. A few others remain jailed in Russia on drug or assault convictions. You know why they're still jailed in Russia? Because they're not a fucking 6'8" black lesbian basketball player. That's why they're still jailed in Russia. Imagine. They include Robert Gilman, 72, who was handed a 3.5-year sentence after being found guilty of assaulting a police officer. Okay, bro, that's like your fault. I can only make so many excuses for y'all. Following a drunken disturbance on a train. So, you caused a brouhaha on public transportation and then beat the shit out of a police officer. That won't get you 3 years here, but that will get you jail for a substantial amount of time here in America. So, and Travis Leak, a musician who was convicted on drug charges and sentenced to 13 years in prison. Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, we have fentanyl addicts roaming the streets free all day. Damn. Oh, the differences, man. It's wild. Black was on leave and in the process of returning to his home base at Fort Cavazos, Texas. That's Fort Hood, right? The U.S. Army said Black signed out for his move back home, and instead of returning to the continental United States, Black flew from Incheon Republic of Korea through China to Vladivostok, Russia, for personal reasons. So instead of going home, which I'm sure he probably had things to do, like finding a place to live, household goods, right? Instead, he went to Russia. Under Pentagon policy, service members must get clearance for any international travel from a security manager or commander. I'm assuming that guy in my unit got permission to go to Thailand because that's where he went on leave, bro. He didn't have any family. He was the last remaining person of his lineage. That was it. It was just him. He was the last of the last. And he didn't go back to America. He went on vacation. It's leave, right? So he got permission, I guess. And you do. We had a guy at Fort Stewart who we had a 5-day weekend miraculously, and he decided that he was going to fly back to Italy because he used to be stationed with the 173rd, like I was. And that was his plan. Whether he did so or not, I don't know. Whether it got approved or not, I don't know. But he did have to ask permission for that. Because, I mean, I told him he was stupid for that. I was like, dog, it's a 5-day weekend. You're going across the planet. For what? And then you got to come right back. You'll have like 2 days of fun, if that. Everything else is caught up in travel time. The US Army said last month that Black hadn't sought such travel clearance, jackass, and it wasn't authorized by the Defense Department. Given the hostilities in Ukraine and threats to the US and its military, it is extremely unlikely he would have been granted approval. Can I see a picture of your girlfriend? I gotta see why this was worth it, really. Because you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get in so much trouble. I think your career's over. Black's girlfriend, Alexandra Vashchuk, told reporters last year that it was a simple domestic dispute during which Black became aggressive and attacked her, stealing money from her wallet. Bro, you're a staff sergeant. What do you need to steal for? I know how much money y'all make. Granted, it's not anything like crazy extravagant, but you make enough to where you don't have to steal from your girlfriend. If you're in the military, period, you don't have to steal from your girlfriend. Usually it's the other way around. Usually these girls are taking advantage of us, not us taking advantage of them. She described Black as violent and unable to control himself. I've never known Russian girls to be liars, like some American girls, right? They'll lie on you for no fucking reason, just to be vindictive, or just to be petty, or because they're bored. I don't feel like Russian women are like that, so maybe she's telling the truth. US officials have said that Black, who is married, throw an adultery charge on top of everything that he's guilty of. Jesus! Met Vashchuk in South Korea. Okay. You're Russian. What were you doing in South Korea? Traveling? According to US officials, she had lived in South Korea, and last fall she and Black got into some type of domestic dispute or altercation. After that, she left South Korea. And went back to Russia. It isn't clear if she was forced to leave or what, if any role South Korean authorities had in the matter. No, I think she left on her own. He got himself caught. He probably could have kept traveling to these places. He probably could have kept going back to Russia if he wanted to. Because up until this happened, the military had no idea. This is the prime example of don't make yourself known. If it's not going to be for anything good, be invisible. Don't make yourself known to the service, man. That's one thing that we were taught in basic training. Don't be noticed. Don't stand out in a negative way, okay? Because once you stand out in a negative way, guess what's going to happen? Drill sergeant, drill sergeant, drill sergeant. And it's like, you stood out. You did something to attract negative attention. You stood out. Now all eyes are on you. Now you're fucked. And that's exactly how it was. And it all goes back to basic training, man. You're invisible. You try to be as invisible as you can to where the drill sergeants don't have to look in your direction. Because if they have to look in your direction, it's not for anything good, bro. It's just not. That's the way basic training is. If they're looking at you or talking to you, chances are you fucked up. That's it. Because everything is a teaching environment. Everything is a learning environment. Everything is essentially a class. And they teach broadly. That's why they yell, so that everyone can learn, even if you're far away. Right? That's what they told us about the whole yelling thing. So once you stand out, once you make yourself visible in a negative way to someone with authority, you fucked yourself. And now everything negative that you did up until that point is going to get uncovered. Right? Oh, he's going to Russia. Oh, he's got this girlfriend. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, he's doing that. They didn't know that until, you made yourself known. And until you gave them a reason to look at you. And now look at you. Rough. I really do want to see this girl, Alexandra, because she's got to be bad, right? She's got to be bad, bro. She made a staff sergeant in the United States Army basically lose his fucking mind, break military rules, lose his military bearing, and get arrested in a foreign country. She's got to be bad if he was willing to do all of that. She's gotta be like Tom Brady's wife. She's gotta be like fucking Melania. Because that's a lot to throw away for a chick. In 3.5 years, he's gonna come back to America. And when he comes back to America, I don't know what happens to his contract in this time. Does his contract continue? But in 3.5 years, he's gonna come back to America. And when he comes back to America, he's gonna go through a court-martial. Or he's just going to get dishonorably discharged. And one of his charges on his dishonorable is going to be adultery. Which to this day, as it sits in 2025, is still against UCMJ of the United States military. Adultery. And if the spouse can prove it, you're getting charged with that. But the spouse doesn't have to prove it. The whole fucking world knows. Like, jeez. What a catastrophic drop. I fucked around with a Russian chick one time. It didn't make me want to commit crime. And she also didn't make me want to put hands on her.